Hey, you're here with Alex Ibanez Guy 88, and this is the RG370DX. This is the guitar that basically started it all. This is a 370DX made in 2004. I got it in 2004, and I started playing guitar back in 2002. So this was my second year guitar playing, and this was my third guitar in my collection at the time. I started with like a Strat copy, and then I got a Jackson Dinky, and then down to this 370 here. Basically, stock, it had the Infinity pickups, had the Edge Pro 2, and I modified it up to now. It has the Godot tuners here, DiMarzio Super 3, PF Pro, and then the Edge Pro. Not to confuse it with the original Edge, that's a totally different bridge on its own. During the high school years, I basically tried to swap in a original Floyd Rose at one point, but I had no idea that like licensed Floyd Roses weren't the same as the original Floyd Rose. So on eBay, the thing said original Floyd Rose, but it was a copy basically. It wasn't a direct swap into the tremolo cavity here, so knowing me back in high school, I got a chisel and a hammer, and I kind of destroyed the body until it fit. It has a charm now thinking back at it, but it looks pretty horrid. To hide all the mistakes, I tried to Sharpie it all in just so it kind of blend in the background, but I don't think it did that well. I tried to install EMG 81s and 85s in here, and that was a mess. I had no idea what I was doing, no knowledge whatsoever. And so the set included a volume and tone that was pre-wired, and the distance was so short that I thought that you weren't able to desolder it in whatever it was. And so I actually drilled a third hole between the volume and tone originally, just so then it would fit in that position. And I gave up, and I basically went to a guitar tech and paid him to install the EMG 8185s. He was able to put back the volume and tone to its original spots, but then I had the hole right in between, which I had no idea how to fill it up or cover it up, so I just kind of left it for many years to go. But basically, this is the guitar that got me through all of high school, through my first band with Bonded by Blood, a lot of like the backyard shows and the Battle of the Bands, and even throughout like the first tour, I brought this through. The bindings actually cracked throughout the years. It's kind of weird. I've never seen this happen, but I think it's just due to the fact that I really neglected this guitar on tour. I didn't have like any hard cases, and I just kind of kept it in a gig bag and threw it into the back of the trailer throughout like the harsh winters and the crazy summers, and it's basically gone through everything I could think of. There was a point where I gave it to Ibanez, and they did an overhaul of it completely. They refretted the entire neck, and then they fixed the holes here, so they patched it up. So there's these two little dots now. And then I actually popped the volume at the very bottom because I was really into like the Paul Gilbert PGM at the time, the PGM 100, and I almost got like the pink F holes too, but I didn't go that far. Other things that they did too is that they actually restabilized the two bridge posts. At one point it was cracking, and so they were able to just like put like an anchor in the center. It's really awesome. I'm hoping that it's gonna last throughout the guitar's life cycle, basically. At one point, I remember I stripped the entire top lock here, and I got it replaced a while back, but I didn't get the right size, so there's a little bit of a gap here, but it doesn't really mess up the guitar as far as playability wise. If you like the video, you know what to do. Go ahead and like the video. If you didn't like it and you find it boring, go ahead and dislike it. Hit that subscribe button for me and hit the notification bell just so then you'll know when the next Ibanez guitar video would be posted up. If you have any comments and if you have any requests to see which guitar next, hit me down below the comments, and I'll see you there. Until next time, keep shredding.